Alrighty. Okay, hello there. Welcome back to Holy Moonlight Crusaders. This is, I think, part 9 of our playthrough of Resident Evil 4. Though I don't think we started at the beginning of the game in our live streams. I may have to go back and do some more of that. But nonetheless, we have talked a lot about the worldview of the game. We've talked about how it's a metaphor for the mob in the world, and how people that get whipped up into stuff, movements come, they take possession of people, it infects them, and it's not a respecter of what class or race or any superficial characteristic you have. It comes to infect you and turn you into a mob, and it's usually something which is put together, conjured up by some elite group of people who sit up in an ivory tower. Now, these people are not really better than anyone else, but they think that they are. And as this game has unfolded, we just went through a lab. We found out that a lot of this stuff has been created, if not modified. It was kind of implied from the cult earlier in the game that it was some ancient plague or something that existed deep within the bowels of the earth that they had put together. And kind of like that character Salazar, who looks extremely young and also extremely old at the same time, and no middle ground. You also have that with this plague, you know, this ancient plague that's from generations past, and also this creation in a lab. They kind of fuse together to possess people and turn them into zombies and things of that sort. And it reminds us that a lot of times, while there are certainly good things that come out of labs, the academy, the intelligentsia class, they're not subject to the relationships between cause and effect that a lot of us are. And by that I mean, when people spend their time in the realms of philosophy rather than something like hard science, you might say, even though what we find in this is obviously it's in a lab where there are hard science things going on, but there's also a very supernatural element to it, the fact that it's creating new lives, it's possessing people, it's taking over their minds and things of that nature. A lot of times people who do work in the world of ideas, they're not held to any standards of cause and effect. So if they produce something that doesn't really work, they, you know, let me double check there's no secret up there. Let me pull up them out. You know, I perpetually use the example. I've got a buddy that works at GM. If you weld a putty knife into a Cadillac, you know, you can't sell the Cadillac with the putty knife sticking out of it. Or if you do, it's not going to bode well for GM. Somebody's got to take and get the putty knife out of the body if it's just welded in there. You got to do something about that. But if you produce a bad idea and you're not held to that, you know, you can teach that to people and it will turn them into something bad. Nothing else up here but the merchant. Okay. We're going back down. Just wanted to double check. So many things in our world are designed not to be held accountable. Our public discourse here in America is not held accountable. We're held captive by fake virtues. You know, don't want to offend anybody, which is it's really sad. It really does treat people like children. It used to be an old horror movie trope that if you wake somebody up from a sickness too fast, you know, it'll damage them. You know, that's not really true. If you tell somebody that's not nice, it'll permanently damage them. That's not really true.
What are you selling?
We're gonna sell a flash grenade. 2 of them.
Is that old?
Would you like to sell us a...
What are you buying?
Almost sold. Wait, we can buy a tactical vest?
Is that old? Thank you.
Another sentence I never thought would come out of my mouth. But being live, you get all the embarrassing sentences, like when we were playing BioShock, and I was like, yeah, what cool fonts they've got. The 20-year-old version of me, or better yet, like the 16, 18-year-old version of me, the version of me in high school that played rugby, needs to come kick butt its way through time and give me a swirly for saying a sentence. I love the font in BioShock, or whatever goofy thing I said. The version of me that was like, yeah, let's put on this vest. Yeah, I need swirly for that. The younger, more athletic version of me needs to like rip a belt off. That just got weird. you know what? I'm also to the point where I don't care. We need to put on the tactical vests and do it. In our last chat, somebody was joking about this being where the coronavirus was made. Very clever. Very clever. Uh-oh. All I want to do is check in these lockers down here. Maybe they got a little something good for Leon to slip in his tactical vest. I don't know what these jars are. They look kind of like the fluid for the photopolymer resin printer I've got. I've got an anycubic photon. When it works, it works. When it doesn't work, it's your worst nightmare. It's nasty. Yep. This really is truly me playing Resident Evil. Oh, and I didn't introduce myself. I'm J. Dillon Proctor, the Nazarene Preacher Man, here to play Resident Evil and talk Worldview at Holy Moonlight Crusaders. The intro has been said. 6 minutes late, but none said nonetheless. I think I went the wrong way. Confusing rooms. I think we went this way. Yeah, that's where we went to save. Okay. Let's get in here and smoke some goons. Some baddies. They thought they were tough. Versus Andrew. Actually, these guys. Like, where do you like the combination of weapons they have? They've got a mace. They've got this like gas mask and electric stick. Like, who is he? Shocker. I've been watching the Spider-Man, and it's fun to recognize the voice actors of like the '90s because it's like my childhood relived. The voice actor for Shocker. No idea what his name is or what he would look like or anything like that, but it's definitely the same voice actor that plays in the Goofy movie. Goofy's like rival dad friend, Pete. Definitely the same voice actor that does Pete's voice. So in the Goofy movie, you've got Goofy and Goofy's son. And then you've got Pete, who works with Goofy, and then Pete's son, who's Pete Jr. And for the life of me, I can't remember. What's Goofy's son name? Does anybody remember Goofy's son name? Oh, we got a thing in the chat. Leon puts on, somebody put in the chat, they said, oh, did the DOD NFA regulate that shotgun? And I responded, Leon don't care. He's got a tactical vest. He says, I invest in higher things. I'm not sure what we should be doing at this point. Do we need to jump down there? No, I'm sure it leads to lower levels. It also leads, like, we've seen Star Wars. We know what happens. We know that somewhere down in there is a creature who we will not find out who he is. Or maybe we will. Maybe that's the whole point of this scheme. Maybe I've got this worldview thing completely wrong with it. It's actually just an alternative backstory for the monster inside the waste dump in Star Wars. Ash is not even here.
Leon.
Leon, you okay? Come on,
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
Whew. Oh, somebody's getting an eBay notification. Speaking of things, I know somebody who put in a bid for like 245,000 VHS tapes, which sounds like a crazy thing to do in 2020, but evidently back in the day, people who review movies, they would get VHSs in the mail, so this would be like the 80s, and it would be like a pre-release version of movies so that people could watch them and review them and publish it in newspapers and different things that reviewed movies. And the theaters could have a prep for a little bit for what was going on. I forget what these are called, but they put in this bid for this huge amount of VHS tapes, which is just unreal, because supposedly they had some of these very rare pre-release version of movies like Revenge of the Nerds, Halloween, stuff like that. And when I heard that somebody did that, I was like, you know, maybe I shouldn't feel bad about buying stuff on eBay. I really like Swatch watches, like stuff from the 90s. And of course, Swatch watches, I guess their big heyday was the 80s, but definitely trickled over into the 90s some too. And what, is there just a back door here? Looking around. Anyways, Ashley, as far as eBay goes, I once had an opportunity to buy a lot of 20 pounds of Swatch watches, and I turned it down. I could have had so much fun with that. To the point in life where I like to tinker with stuff like that. Just sit around and make little 3D printed parts for them would be fun. And every man really should have a hobby. It's very good. It's good for people to have a hobby. And by hobby, it's something which you can do by yourself. Really works with your hands. There's some sort of productive thing you've got done at the end of it. Something you can enjoy, like working on watches or even working on guns and things of that nature. Something that you can do with your hands by yourself and really enjoy. This dude here, he's about to be. This ain't gonna be good. We gotta figure out a way of cleaning him out. We gotta give something to Ashley. She's low on health. Did that take him out? Yeah. He just got cleaned up. He just took the shotgun bath. The shotgun shower. Well, gotta push that button. Come on. I knew that was coming. Should have cleaned him up. Give him the attitude adjustment that he's always been needing. Press it. You always press the button. I wonder if this game was made by like robots. You haven't been a child? Of course you press the button. That was almost cruel. Just standing over him. Ah,
Looks like this is it.
now.
It stinks.
Sure does.
No way, Leon.
Way.
So look, he don't care about jumping off anything. I don't know about you all, but I wouldn't jump off that. I would have some reservations.
Are you
Like-
out of your mind?
Look at what they just
I knew
landed
you'd
on.
be
That
fine
would
if you
be
landed
awful.
on your butt.
You... What is this?
Come on, let's go.
Like a mild reaction to that. First of all, landing on a spiky corpse would be horrible. And that thing's coming to life. Literally, as I said that, it came to life. Like, we knew that. And also, yes. Did that finish it off? It's kind of shaking, like he's got the chills. Somebody needs to give him a coat. Actually, get back over here. Oh gosh. You died. Actually, it'd be you failed at this point. Alrighty.
What is that thing?
It's Bad News Bear. Bad News Bear booty. He ain't good. Don't mess with him. Got a lot of this stuff. We're going to try a combination of things here. Okay, for this. Which ammo do we have for? Oh, yeah, we're totally using this thing. Is that it? You done? But come on. This just took a nasty turn. Come on. I don't know who can just stand there and take that much lead. Think about the amount of mass he has to have. Well, if he's getting penetrated by those rather than just hit with them, I guess he may not even know. Don't even know what's happening. And actually, and I don't know how him just standing there will just do. guys above us coming over here. Nope, there's two of them. Alright. Oh no, Ashley. No, Ashley. I wonder if they have to repeatedly hit them in a certain spot. Kind of build up the damage. So we haven't really had a big conversation about any particular topic right now. If anybody has anything they'd like me to discuss, any theological questions, talk about how we can pull our world to a better place. I know a lot of people feel really upset right now. We're gonna put that like this. He's about to give us a spanking. It's kind of unclear how you kill something like this. Because if it just was a certain amount of damage, surely we've done enough damage to... Thinking you've got to get a spot on him where he will receive damage. Actually, we've got some magnum ammo. Let's just go big. Okay. I didn't have much power over him at all. Should go with the plan of just escape. Escape. Kind of looks like a foosball table down there. I just heard my printer finish up a print. It's always an exciting thing. This is going to be carefully negotiated. Good damage. Come on, Ashley. Please come, Ashley. Come on. She would get past that. Then all would be well and good. Alright. So we're gonna take the game plan of not caring about him. This seems to be just a waste of resources. get good mentality. Yeah, I know he's on his way. He's doing what spook goons do. Come on! You gotta be kidding me. Come on, like video game logic, you could totally jump over that. If you've got a monster like that chasing you, climb over that and get down. Be DOG done. Alright. I enjoy taking out these guys. There, nope. Do I even know what does the technical vest do? Leon's got it. Does it make him like tougher? Or is it just a fashion statement? This makes me think of the oil rig level in Tomb Raider 2.
There's a gate here.
Alright, let's see what other weapons we got. We gotta get I like how it's very convenient then when they get shot, you just fall in there. No, we don't get anything from them. But they don't kill you if they fall in, so that's your choice. You can pick up resources or not die. I mean, there are things certainly worse than death. You know, don't fear that which can touch the body, but that which can damn the soul as well. Things that contaminate the soul are worse than death. And these guys have had some soul contamination. Who operated? Do something for once. Okay, okay. I don't really know who was squealing, but somebody was. Oh levers. That was nice. Squish guts clean out. This is like the Slender Man before he was the Slender Man. That was bad. No. Where's that gonna even send us back to? Like right when we came in here? It's over here. Something over here. Is that her breathing? Oh, Leon's letting out more of the corona. Yes, it is dog food. Because Resident Evil is not complete without dogs, even though Resident Evil 7 doesn't have dogs. Really? You gotta be kidding me. Bad. Very bad. Very bad indeed. Oh, got another message here. Let me see if I can check that. Okay, we're good. Isn't actually a new message. Well, before we get too far along, let's see about dealing with this guy. Come on. These things, you could actually do enough damage to kill them. They're like the other spiky things. I'm not sure exactly how you take them out. It's real ambiguous. Really haven't been investing enough in that weapons. Maybe I'm just an idiot. explodes. It's always in good taste when you're a baddie like that to explode. It's always a good measure. Okay, what do we got here? Big red button. Of course we're gonna push it. Well, in video game logic that would be a real problem. In real life, if you're Leon and Ashley's age, you can crawl under that without any problem at all. Got that extra little one. Shotgun shields. 5. Generous, are we? So see, they've got a subculture down here. See, this is where their maintenance crew. See, and Ashley, Leon can fit into that too. Maybe his big attitude. Let me guess, somebody's here to come after us. Yes, that means one of the two of you will have to do it. Let's give it a try. Didn't work.
Wait.
See, like, it's so, like, out of character for the rest of this game. I mean, that was such a simple puzzle. Yeah. Good typewriter, man. Is it Amenhotep or Amenhotep? Just save again so I can get out of here. I just wanted to see if it said anything like Amenhotep inside there.
Welcome.
Alright, what has he got for sale?
Got a selection of good things on. What are you selling? Ah. Is that all? What are you buying?
Just gonna see if you got any first aid spray for Skell, and you don't. Wait, there's another rifle for sale? Oh. What does the tactical vest do? Reduces damage.
What are you buying?
Okay.
Is that all straight?
Yeah, we need to get that up.
Is that all? Is that all?
Yeah, get that
Thank
all
you.
the way up there.
Come back anytime.
Yeah. There we go. This has been a good little moment. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Get these doors open. We're in great shape. Haven't even seen a boss in a while.
Leave it to me, Leon.
How'd she get up? Is she old enough to drive? And what is she driving? Oh man, this thing's actually kind of awesome. It's a little strange, but you know. Pull up my mug here. The good dog. How do I get this as a daily driver?
Behind us!
Yep, NPCs. You don't want to become an NPC. Oh. You know what? Do we have any shells in the shotgun? We do not. We need the shotgun though. Now we need the rifle again. What? I don't even know what to say to that. Who is carrying all of Leon's equipment? And see, like, why does it makes you do all this again? Alright, now before we get in there, in case we need this, let's go ahead and reload it. We're being prepared. In case we're going to have to use this. Load him up. We know we will need this. He's loaded. And we're going to go ahead and combine that with that and use it. Alrighty. Let's roll.
Leave it to me, Leon.
Yep, we're going to let you drive. Here we go. Let's roll. Get good or get wrecked.
Behind us!
I don't know what this eBay notification is, but it better be a 20-pound box that's launched. Do it. Do it. Can we hop down? No, I want that stuff. Y'all coming up here, I need your resources. Come a little closer. Oh, come on, don't be doing that. Why could we have one of those sectors? We've actually got some good stuff. What are we supposed to, how are we supposed to stop that? It's got the windows blocked. You know what, we're just going to start shooting it anyway. That's a huge vest. Yes, it is a huge vest that Leon wears. Alright, let's get this on the road. Oh, it's got tracks.
Leave it to me, Leon.
I knew it had the joystick controls. Combine. Alright. We ready. We truck it. We take it.
Behind us!
Yep. Got it. Come on, get a little closer. A lot of people smoking one. resources up here. Come on, get a little closer. But we'll take it. We will take it for sure. If we use this on them, does this drop them more? Doesn't make a lot of sense how that hit damage works. What, is he going to start back up again? I didn't know you could drive something that was on fire like that. Also, is she driving this tank thing on asphalt? Tear that all to pieces.
I'm leaving it to you.
Yes, we can. Alright. Alright. It actually worked out pretty good. It's easy and it does a lot of damage. Much damage. It is very easy and it does so much damage. Oh. And he thinks it does too. Come on. How you like that? Also, that would cover you in the guts, Leon. We got it. Oh gosh.
Help me, Leon!
Again, that would like snap your ankles. That's what he needs to get, like tactical anchors. What car complements the cylinder mag shotgun? That's a great question. I'm actually gonna say the Mercury Marauder. If anyone doesn't remember, so someone in the chat just asked the question, what car would complement that cylinder shotgun? And I'm saying the Mercury Marauder, which was a Mercury Grand Marquis with a very much beefed up engine. It had a slightly different bumper in the front and the back. It had dual exhaust, kind of had those Mustang bullet wheels on there. It looked really good. It was really, really great looking car. What do I use? And I would say that complements it. I mean, it's one of those things where it's not the most precise thing in the world, so it's not like your track car that's super agile. It is kind of blunt. You know, it's built off something which is tried and true, the shotgun, sort of like that Panther platform that the Crown Vic, the Lincoln Town Car, and Mercury Grand Marquis were built on, so it's a tried and true. So Tradesman's Highland is just someone nowadays. So the chat right now is Tradesman Tyler, who sometimes here with us you talk in voice chat, but he's not able to do that tonight. So we're getting the text chat version of that. What's she screaming for? Nothing happened. It's fine. He's way more fine than he is. What is? Oh, we gotta do something about this. Is this a you died scene? Or what happened here? Where'd he get elbow pads? Was he like a rollerblader? I don't want to use it. Not going to. You know what? For the sake of making people not watch stuff too many times. Ooh, you know, now I'm ready to shop around on Facebook Marketplace and see if I can find a Mercury Marauder. Kind of ready for it now. Let's see what all items are in this room. Something to sell. See, because, like, why hadn't he already got that out? If he's interested in having that. There's all this money just sitting around here next to him. I'm gonna start calling him.
Welcome.
I'm in hotel.
Got a
He is the
selection
money.
of good things. What are you buying? Is that
Go ahead
all,
and
stranger?
crank this up.
Thank you. What are you buying?
We're going to be buying first aid spray. Nope, we can't.
What are you selling? Is that all? Thank you. Come back anytime.
Alrighty. Yeah, find some garbage. Yeah, I could get into a Mercury Marauder. Mercury Marauder would be really cool to have. Oh,
I can feel them growing ever so strongly inside you. Saddler!
what is he? He really is Emperor Palpatine. I've already made one Palpatine reference in this playthrough.
But you cannot disobey. Now, come, Ashley. Ashley!
Okay. There's also a lot of cages around in this room. Or cage furniture.
It's already begun.
Yep. The casual tracker slipping. Well, this is a good place to end. We got through quite a bit. Yes, those cages will be elevators in Bloodborne. Well, I thank everyone for joining me who's been here. I think Tradesman Tylor has joined us in the chat. We didn't talk a lot of serious worldview in this episode of our playthrough, but we did make some progress in the game. So I thank you, all those who tolerate our channel and spending time with us. Remember to like and subscribe, and do send me your thoughts, questions, and comments, and things you'd like to hear discussed, other games you'd like to see us play. Even some retro games, even some old stuff like actual Super Nintendo and stuff like that. Let me know. But on that note, God love you, and have a blessed day, and thank you for spending time with us.